Hello, I'm Miranda, and this video is the after battle report for the Malifaux Guild vs. Resurrectionists 50 Soulstone game. Now, if you haven't seen that battle yet, go ahead and click on the link below to watch that first. Okay, now on to the discussion. All right, welcome to our post-battle wrap-up. We've got Donald and Dylan here. Dylan was playing the Guild with C. Hoffman, and Donald was playing Neverborn, running Jacob Lynch, right? Lynch. So we'll just talk a little bit about, post-battle stuff. Starting off with kind of the list. Now, both of you guys are pretty familiar with playing those specific casters. Donald, let's start with you. What do you like about Jacob Lynch and how you build that crew?
Really, it's versatility with Lynch. More than anything, versatility and just trickiness. There's not a lot of killiness in his core crew, but...
well, Mr. Graves? I mean, he seems to hit pretty hard.
Graves can hit pretty hard, but he's kind of more of a meat shield. And the Illuminated are a little scary too, but really it's more about tar pitting and getting in the hits when you can.
More of a control faction, you'd say? Just
close enough
them...
to control.
Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Dylan, you have been running C. Hoffman for a while. What do you like about him?
I like how much control he has over the board with his extra activations and his ability to kind of just take control of his robots. Really, he's a threat at all times and, a force to be reckoned with. So.
Which actually leads me to another point. You both had a fair amount of upgrades on your Enforcers and your Masters. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? Because you were really kind of adding extra activations, or you had a Soulstone. What did you have to yours?
So basically I had this upgrade that I took with Hoffman where he could give another one of his robots slow so that he himself could gain fast, which is generating him 4 AP every time he activates, which was a really huge advantage to me. I was able to get off additional heals. I was able to do things I wouldn't normally do with Hoffman that were really quite beneficial during the fight.
Yeah, you were able to kind of get your Peacekeeper up. You could throw, you throw scheme markers out and heal with it right away, and get like attacks out with your, I keep wanting to call them jacks, but your robots.
Yeah, his little scrap markers is what I was healing off of. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And what upgrades were you bringing with Mr. Jacob Lynch?
With Lynch, you typically want to run his standard upgrades. I was bringing Huggy with I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name now, but the one that allows him extra actions.
Oh, okay. So he was getting extra actions. Who else did? Was it just Hungering Darkness and Jacob Lynch that had the upgrades?
Well, that was on Lynch.
Okay.
Lynch upgrades Huggy. It's kind of a weird dynamic they have. I also had a
weird insidious relationship.
Yeah, I took
That's Neverborn. Sorry, it's just that's what I like about Neverborn. Okay, cool.
I ran Expert Cheater on him because Assassinate was in the pool, and I was really expecting to see some more melee from Hoffman than I got. I thought he was going to try and get up in Lynch's face.
Now, as I recall, you guys both picked the exact same schemes. Is that what was it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Plant Evidence?
Plant Evidence and Bodyguard. So, and it went over quite well. I had Bodyguard on the Peacekeeper. He had it on Hungering Darkness.
That Peacekeeper is so hard to kill.
Yeah, I think it took a couple wounds during the game, but overall, it ended up living because I got full VP, so.
And you both were able to really heal up your stuff, sorry.
No, it's the fact that you cranked it up to 3 armor didn't help.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Having the Peacekeeper at 3 armor with his hard to wound and terrifying really just makes him, nigh unkillable, so it's kind of fun having him march forward and just hit people in the face and not worry about it.
Fantastic. Well, how about some highlights from the game? It seemed to go back and forth a lot. It was really a win by how many victory points?
10 to 8.
10 to 8.
He beat me by 2.
It was definitely very close. And did you guys, either of you, feel particularly confident in any specific turn that might have reversed completely the following turn, or?
I kind of felt the opposite of that until about the end of turn 2. I was like, he's got me on the ropes. But things started shaping up a little better. I got some kills in that I didn't expect. And I really thought it was going to be a 10-10 tie until that last turn. Yeah,
the last turn's really what did it. Right up there at the end, really for both of us, it was just kind of figuring out how we could deny that last couple of VP. And so he ended up marching my Peacekeeper way out of the way. And I thought, that's it, I'm done for. But I was able to activate Hoffman, give him his 4 AP to walk the Peacekeeper back up into really good positioning.
Yeah.
And then on the Peacekeeper's activation, charge and then do 3 melee attacks against his Hungering Darkness and just kill it. So.
Now, how did the Peacekeeper end up getting the fast condition? What was that?
Oh yeah, on top of that, whenever I activated with Hoffman, his ability to take control of his robots has a special trigger if he gets an additional ram. I gave the Peacekeeper 2 damage and he gained fast. So that really helped whenever I was trying to charge forward and do a bunch of attacks. He had an additional action to work with.
Fantastic. Yeah, and that extra action point that C. Hoffman had, you didn't really account for whenever you were pushing Peacekeeper away. It was like, well, I can't kill you. I might as well just send you away.
That was my big mistake. I made a few big mistakes this game, but the biggest one was not accounting for that AP. I hadn't seen that one run before, and what I could have done was moved the, instead of throwing Brilliance on you, if I'd moved that Beckoner up and just physically blocked you, there was no way you could have gotten around her without wasting a few AP on attacks, and it would have been 10-10.
Yeah, that might have done it for you right there at the end.
Hindsight's 20/20.
There you go. That's why we play these games, right? Okay, well, I mean, any MVPs? Who are your favorite models? I mean, I think the Peacekeeper did really, really well, but your Hunter, he kind of died early. Sadly.
Yeah, he didn't do much. No, he just died. Like, he walked up and then died. But, I don't know, Ryle is kind of fun. At one point during the game, he was slowed, but he only had 1 AP and took a shot and ended up doing, it was like 5 or 6 damage because I attacked his Mr. Graves who has black blood, and so he was close enough to Hungering Darkness, so he was taking additional damage from that. So that was a lot of fun.
Oh man, that Hungering Darkness Soulstone trick though.
Yeah.
Is that an upgrade or just part of him?
That is an upgrade with Neverborn, a Nexus of Power, and
Amazing.
Yeah, I did not respect how useful that was before this game, but it was keeping him alive.
Well, yeah, he had to get sort of focused really hard to actually die.
It took like all my concentrated efforts, like, you know, throughout the whole game, just, you know, hitting him point here, point there, for me to finally take down the Hungering Darkness, because I want to say he healed 8 or 9 damage during the whole course of the game off of that whole Soulstone thing, so.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, you guys were not hesitant about burning your Soulstones. That's one of the things I always worry about. Like, I'm like, is it worth it? Nah, I'll just take the damage, but you guys are like, burn it, I don't care.
Yep.
So, I mean, I guess that's kind of part of the trick is knowing when to, but
yeah.
Were you regretting that toward the end as your masters were kind of like facing off a little more? Or?
No, yeah, towards the end it was kind of fun though, because we'd both burn all of our Soulstones, so it was kind of just left up to, you know, what's gonna happen, I don't know. So, you know, when we didn't have any Soulstones, it kind of gives it the mystery element, so.
Yeah, we were just top decking everything. It was the battle to see who was luckier.
Oh my goodness, so many triggers and everything to keep track of. And that Illuminated coming around behind C. Hoffman, like he wasn't really a concern, or?
Yeah, no, I saw him, he had the Illuminated come down and he was dropping ski markers the whole way, but making kind of this loop shape all the way around. And right there on turn 5, it was, if he hadn't, I think you needed him for part of the objective too, right? So you had to tow him in. Yeah, so at the end, he ended up charging into my little mechanical attendant. I mean, what did he even do to him? And murdered him. Like, it wasn't even necessary. Didn't score any VP, just, you know, for fun. So.
Hashtag mechanical attendant bullying.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
I'm a terrible man.
Well, you play Jacob Lynch. You play Neverborn.
Yeah.
Fine, but
there's no morality in Malifaux. What's the phrase? Bad things happen? So... Anyway, any final thoughts? Anything you wish you'd changed maybe in the game, or are you pretty happy with how your crews played?
I was really happy to have taken that armor negation upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a highlight. I think Graves was my MVP this time out.
Fair enough.
That's what ended up killing I believe both the Hunter and Ryle.
But I was so intent on popping off
Final Debt.
Final Debt. Thank you very much. I don't know where my memory is.
You kept burning your cards though, so
yeah, that was. I wasted so many jokers that I should.
Oh yeah.
And it was just tunnel vision.
Well, and that can be something that's kind of tricky to keep track of with Lynch, right? I mean, keeping your aces, how to bluff, and like when to use those special moves that give you damage based on the number of cards you have. It's pretty complicated.
It can be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just really, really a fan of that one move. I use it whenever I can. So.
Fair enough. Well, now you know how to beat Donald because he will just use that if he gets given the opportunity.
Oh, don't tell anybody.
There you go. Don't tell anyone. So anyway, thank you both so much for coming onto my channel and playing. I really appreciate the game. I think it was an interesting game, and I definitely want to know what your thoughts are, your comments, and what you think of the game and how everything was set up. And yeah, we will see you later. So bye.
Bye.